So apparently they make games in here. Let's take a look. Hi everyone. So is this like so I'm basically looking around. Is this like a place where like for game developers to kind of like?
Yes, this is a game jam.
All right. So basically, I just kind of found this place, and I don't know. I thought it'd be interesting to kind of talk about a game jam that's going on here because I just noticed it was a game jam because I think I wrote it was written somewhere around here.
Over here.
Yeah. So like. Is this basically like this is basically a place for like people to kind of like develop their own games and whatnot? And
like more or less. Basically, what we do is we have a theme to follow, which is for this game jam is contrast.
Right.
So you have to make a game based on contrast things.
Yeah. So it's like a different theme basically.
No, it's just one theme, different games.
Oh.
So someone is making a game about polarity plus and minus. Someone is making a game about gravity.
Right.
Someone is making a game about uncontrast. I'm personally making a game about color contrast. So yeah, basically these kind of things.
All right. So it's basically kind of like testing out. So are these people basically testing out like the waters with like different like programs or what?
Think of it as a workshop.
Yeah.
So like for example, I'm a developer, but I don't know how to draw. Well, someone else knows how to draw, but he's not a developer. We team up and make a game.
All right.
Like so on and so forth. But the thing is, what we do is we have a theme. We pitch in our ideas. Like I want to make this game, and I have to market it.
Right.
And talents will have to come along and like, hey, we like your idea. We're gonna work on it. Or the other way around, it's like, hey, you're an artist. You're not working on any project. Why don't you work with me?
Right.
And then we'll just make it throughout the event, like for 3 days.
Yeah.
Or technically 48 hours, and we'll just demonstrate it on stage tomorrow.
All right. I was gonna ask you, considering the nature of you know, indie games, how do you feel that like of the concept? Considering indie games have basically like blown up in the last several years, like people like the most popular games within like the past I want to say 4 or 5 years.
Minecraft.
Not just Minecraft, Undertale, Cuphead.
Yeah, I know.
Just the fact that we basically have all these. How do you feel that the Middle East is kind of like getting in on that based on what I'm seeing thus far? Because it feels...
I mean, that's great. I mean, like I'm kind of... how do I put this in the nicest way possible? I'm kind of sad that we just started doing that because we have a lot of good talents. We have a lot of good developers and actually great developers. We have a lot of great artists and musicians and game designers and narratives and voice actors. We have a lot of talents and good talents, but we don't have a platform, at least here in Kuwait, for us to gather and work together.
That's what I noticed too, because the same thing with like animation and a lot of like entertainment aspects. Like we have it, but it's like in the Middle East, but only in Dubai mostly, from what I've seen. But like
in Jordan, I would say.
Yeah, in Jordan. But like I don't see much people. That's the thing. I've seen so many talented people here, especially when it comes to like artists and music.
Yeah.
But I don't see people do much with that here.
Yeah, but here's the thing with the game jam. This is the 5th game jam I held, or holding. The last 4 game jams were actually successful. We were around 30 people participating.
Right.
This one isn't really so much because, you know, distraction and everything, but understandable because we're in a con. Yeah. There's going to be another game jam in, I think, 26th of January.
All right.
So 28th, I'm not quite sure yet. I have to organize with people.
So is this a game jam that anybody can join? Like anybody?
Yeah. There's no payments. There's no, all you have to do is like bring your own device and just jam with us.
All right. So does this mean like artists and like animators?
Artists, animators, designers, programmers, narratives, story writers and tellers. Basically, we have people like we had a participant once that she knew nothing. Basically, she's untalented. She doesn't have any skill. She's but I just want to join in. She ended up composing soundtracks for a game.
That actually is interesting though. Like, what did she like? So basically, she like what programs did she use? Like Fruity Loops or?
I have no idea. But she ended up like I think it's one of those applications that have a little bit of loops. We just stick them together, kind of thing.
All right. Actually, that's kind of interesting. It's kind of nice to hear that you're basically bringing in all these different people, you know, from. So will you basically be like what do you see like the indie game scene in the Middle East like in the next few years? Do you think it'll grow more?
It's really hard to tell. I mean, I can't talk for the Middle East. I can talk about Kuwait, but it's kind of catching up.
All right.
It will need a lot of work. It will need a lot of contribution. It needs a platform for skills and talents to gather and utilize. And this is something I would say it will start. You can start seeing it by next year.
All right.
Maybe a year after. I'm not quite sure. I'm not saying that I am doing this. I'm not. But statistically speaking, there is like a lot of skills like gathering around the game jazz and everything. We're personally speaking, I'm keeping in touch with few talents. We have a Slack channel that we're gathering all the people, like developers, artists, whatever, and whoever is interested in making games.
Yeah.
So yeah, like every once in a while, whenever I'm holding a game jam or someone else is holding a game jam, we'll just announce it there. We'll just join in.
So how do you feel about the status of the game the gaming scene, like how more or less AAA games aren't as succeeding as much as indie games, you know?
You really can't tell. There are good AAA games, there are good indie games.
Yeah.
It's just like, depends on how it turns out.
But it's like, but it feels more like when you look at some of the indie games, a lot of indie games are doing kind of like better, it seems, than some.
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna say better as much as they have that one particular thing that they shine with, because they have, you know, the flexibility and freedom to do things. While in AAA games, they have to go through a lot of, let's say, agreements and approvals and, you know, process. So it's more complex over there. But the games over there are much more polished than indie games, I would say, like, in terms of graphics and quality. Like, you know, well, I would say, like, you know, sound quality, graphical quality, coding quality.
Right.
To an extent. Like, for example, you have games like Call of Duty and Destiny and so on. Like, these games, they have a lot of investments in them, like when it comes to talents, when it comes to skills.
Yeah.
So they come out more polished, but a bit on the standard side dish thing. While indie games, they focus on one particular thing that they would shine on and focus on that. For example, Minecraft, they focus on building stuff, even though the art is, yeah, come on, basic, you know.
Right.
But the mechanics of the game itself, what made it shine. You know, you can't have a game like Minecraft on a AAA level, because it will be a bit more complex, that it will lose its soul.
Right.
Well, you can do that in indie games. On the contrary, you can't have a game on the scale of, let's say, Call of Duty made in an indie level.
Yeah, I think also the main issue too, though, when it comes to like some of these indie, I think the reason why people kind of have like this viewpoint of AAA games is because of sometimes when you look at the background of some of these games, it's usually like, you know, corporate meddling sometimes. Sometimes certain like people, certain like companies kind of like meddle in and kind of like mess some things up. That's why some games kind of end up not as good as others, you know what I mean?
Not necessarily. I mean, which game was it? I forgot the name. New Horizon Down.
Which one?
Horizon. The New Horizon Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was amazing. It's gorgeous and it's a AAA game. So depends on the studio and.
I think even the person too, because like even some indie games, like indie gamers, like or indie game developers, like Phil Fish, I guess, because he's kind of also kind of notable for basically kind of being a bit, you know. Although that's him as a person though, but what he made was good. But then it's like, I feel like there are some people like him within the industry, within that like little circle of crowd, that like, because I know that there are some indie games that kind of turn out not as good. I think the best thing to say is it usually depends on the developer, like the person, and like both for indie games.
It depends on the team.
Yeah.
Like regardless, it can be an indie game, it can be a AAA game, it can be a studio. You'll never know.
Yeah, maybe someone basically may be pissed off at like someone, and they'll like ruin something to basically spite someone else. You know?
Yeah, you'll never know.
There's a big history with that within gaming history in general.
Not just gaming history, even anywhere.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to mobile development, software development.
Oh, definitely. But anyway, thanks so much, man. This has been an interesting conversation, honestly.
Thank you so much.